January. There's too many R's in it. January. I can't say R's really. I can't articulate them, so it makes me January.
Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Alice and today I'm bringing you my December wrap up and my January TBR. I've decided to do my January TBR because I only read 3 books in the month of December and I feel like it's kind of short and boring, and I do want to start with TBRs to kind of help me have some sort of plan, so I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing a TBR every month, but this month I feel like doing one, so I'm gonna do one. But we'll start with my wrap up, and that is 3 books. So without any further ado, I suppose, let's just get into it. So the first 2 books that I read in the month of December is Apollon by Jennifer L. Armentrout and Sentinel by Jennifer L. Armentrout, the 4th and the 5th, I think, in the Half-Blood series, and I've talked a lot about these. They've been in every single video. There's not that many videos, but anyway, I'm getting rather sick of them. Not of them because I love them, but talking about them, and maybe you are too. So these were great, this series is great, this author is great, and if you like Greek mythology and if you like Vampire Academy-esque school settings, then this is for you, so just check it out. The 3rd and final book that I read in the month of December is The Glass Children by Kristina Olsson. This is a Swedish book that I read in English because it's what I do. And it's a middle grade ghost story. Well, it's a bit of a mystery ghost story-esque sort of story. I cannot explain things, I'm sorry. I'm a very confused person, and I'm also very confusing because I am confused myself, so I confuse others with my confusingness. I've done it again. I was perusing the bookstore and I was feeling a bit sad, so I needed to buy a book, and I stumbled upon this and I was like, I haven't read this. And it was a ghost story and I was like, sure. What this one is about is, let's see if I can remember without looking at the back. There's this mother and daughter who moves to a small kind of village in like Skåne, I don't know, the north, south, the southern part of Sweden, somewhere around I think. And they move into this old house that the child Billy immediately feels like there's something off with it, and weird things start happening. Lights swing to and fro and there are handprints left out, and she's certain that it's haunted, and there's history about the house, and it's a whole investigation that happens between Billy and a kid that she meets, Aladdin. And yeah, so it's a bit of a mystery but also like supernatural, and that was probably a really bad description, but it was a description nonetheless. But I think I kind of liked it because there's this mystery and this investigation, and I was interested. Like, I kept reading because I wanted to know what happened, which that's not normal. Like, I'm very character driven and I usually don't really care about the plot that much. I just care about what happens to my dear characters. But in this book I was really interested in the plot, and it's middle grade, so it's kind of easy, but at times I still thought it was a bit scary, but that's just because I'm a really scaredy cat and ghosts freak me out so much. Like, you just have to mention ghosts and I'll be scared for the rest of the day. It's pathetic. This book also made me get really annoyed with adults because they never listen. She was like telling her mom about that this house is weird and something is going on, and her mom was always like, you shut up. Not really like that, but you know, they're always like, children with their wild imagination. Like, if you just listen for once in your goddamn life. Okay, so those were the 3 books that I read in the month of December. Not many books. I read more, but I just didn't finish any book. I read like half of books and then I was like, yeah. But let's move on to my January TBR. Just to kind of give a disclaimer, I am one who reads off of mood and not like I can't really make a schedule because I'll change my mind, so I won't follow this TBR. This is more the books that I'm really excited to read right now, but I'll read some of them. The thing is, I'm also gonna get new books because I've ordered a bunch of books that are coming in like at random. So I might get a new shiny book and be like, ooh. But yeah, these are books that I will read soon, at least. Hopefully this month. Who knows? But let's just get into it. Let's just see what it is, okay? I'm excited. You're probably not that excited, but I am. I am excited for the both of us, okay? The first book that I'm excited to read is Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan, and this is the third in the Percy Jackson series, and I got this for Christmas. I got the whole box set of Percy Jackson and the whole box set of Heroes of Olympus? No, what's that series called? I think the first like is the Lost Hero or something. I'm not sure. But I've read the two first of this and I want to continue and I want to read all of his books, so I feel like I have to get through these as quickly as possible. And hopefully I will read it, I'm not sure. But this is on my TBR. We'll see in the wrap up for January if I actually read it, but I hope I do. The second book is a book that I've already started, and it's a book that I am rereading and annotating to give to a friend for Christmas, although Christmas is over, but I have to get it done, I have to read it, and that is Warm Bodies by Marion. This book was in my best books of 2017. I read it in the beginning of the year, 2017. I really love it. It's probably one of my favorite books, and that is why I am annotating it to give to my friend because she needs to read it. But basically it's post-apocalyptic. Zombies have basically taken over the world, or not taken over the world, but we follow a zombie named R, and he's very relatable, and it's just wonderful, and it's incredible. I don't feel like you should know that much about it. But yeah, if this is not in my January wrap up, I will punch my face. I will punch myself in the face. The next book I'm excited to read in the month of January is... That was a drum roll, by the way. It's... I don't know. Wait. Why? Just ignore that. Okay, but the next book is... I almost died. No, I didn't. But Winter Song by S.J. Jones. It says lush, sexy and gorgeous, and I'm like, tell me more. A maze of beauty and darkness. This is a world you will want to stay lost in. Yes, please. Love the cover, by the way, first. It's just gorgeous, and I've been interested in it for a long time, so I finally bought it. I just saw it in the bookstore and I was like, yes, please, I'll take that. So I bought it, and now I want to read it. I don't know what it's about. I see here that it says Goblin King. Is it about goblins? I have not read a story about goblins, and I feel like if he's called the Goblin King, then he should be king of goblins, and therefore it should be about goblins, and that sounds very interesting, and I'm intrigued and I want to read it because it's also very pretty, and I've heard a lot about it, and it says sexy and lush, and what is that? The fourth book on my TBR, or excited to read, is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Oh my god. You know, I watch a lot of Prue's Project, and she's been talking about this for ages, and I've been interested for ages, but I've been like, but that's a lot of fantasy, and that kind of I like it, but it scares me because it takes a long time to get into the stories often, so I've been like, I can't do it, it's gonna take too much time. But I saw it in the bookstore when I bought Winter Song, and I was like, it's time, it is time. I've heard that it's about like metals, like that it's a group of people that fight like something. It says the Dark Lord. I'm thinking they're fighting the Dark Lord, and I've heard that they're like, the magic is that they eat metals and gain powers from the metals, and I'm like, what? That sounds amazing, and I've heard so much about Brandon Sanderson that I have to try one of his books, and this sounds very interesting, and I'm very intrigued, but it's also quite thick, and it's very much fantasy, and I'm very much afraid. But isn't it time to face your fears? It is time to face my fears. I can't keep putting off. There are so many fantasy books that are this size that I've been putting off. I'm probably gonna do like a video about all the books that I have on my TBR that I'm scared to read, that I have to read. So look forward to that. So to just summarize, these are the books that I read in the month of December, 3 books. Pollen, Sentinel and the Glass Children. And these are the books that I would like to read in the month of January. That was it for me today. I will see you next week in another video and have a really good day. And if you've read any of the books that was in this video, leave a comment below on your thoughts and like and subscribe. Bye!